and welcome to today's video. I am barefaced. We are going to be doing a full face of Natasha Denona. Natasha Denona is one of my favorite brands. I like so many products from her, and because of that, I have a lot of products from her. Whenever she releases something, I get excited, curious, want to know what it is, want to know what it's all about. So I want to try these products on, share with you kind of what I think, what's amazing, maybe what you can skip on. I will say I don't have everything from Natasha Denona. I definitely do not, but I do have a lot of things, and I thought it would be fun just to sit down, get ready together, and talk about the brand. Now, if you are new here, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. Shimmer, glitter, testing makeup, getting ready together, we are here for it. So if that sounds good to you, I do hope that you will subscribe before you leave today, because I upload lots and lots and lots of new videos every single week. So if you are looking for fun makeup content, this is the place to be. I usually upload 5, 6, sometimes 7 videos a week. So if you want lots of fun makeup content, make sure you subscribe. But I am ready. I do not have a Natasha Denona primer, so I am going to prime my skin and then we will get ready together. So I primed my skin with my TATCHA Silk Canvas, and we are going to use the Natasha Denona Foundation X. This says it is a full coverage foundation. Now, I have used this foundation up completely. Bought a bottle, fell in love, and bought it again. I'm in the shade 50WN, so this says it is a medium shade. I love this foundation. It's marketed as full coverage, and that kind of turned me off of it for a while because I really like medium coverage foundations. And so I will say this is a full coverage foundation if you are like 18 years old with baby perfect skin with no blemish, no like tiredness, nothing, then yes, it will be full coverage. And it is probably full coverage to the models that Natasha Denona is used to working on. For me, this is a medium buildable foundation, so I can get it up to full coverage if I build it up in spots. But on me, this is very medium coverage. It has a very skin-like finish to it. It's not matte. It's not overly dewy. It just looks very nice and natural on the skin. Like I said, I have bought this, I have used a whole bottle up, and I have purchased it again because it's just that good. Now, I will say, Natasha Denona foundation and concealers are kind of hard to find right now, and they're half off wherever I find them. So I don't know if she is discontinuing this foundation. I really hope not. I don't know if she is repackaging this foundation. I do think that maybe Natasha Denona should remarket this foundation because, like I said, it's not full coverage in the full coverage that we are used to. It doesn't just blanket out everything. If you can see side to side from my face, of course I do look a little more flawless over here, but everything's not canceled out. I do still have some imperfections peeking through, but it's not emphasizing any texture I have. It's just laying over everything really, really beautifully. So if you are curious about this foundation and you can find your shade, I definitely recommend it. I do have oily skin. I am 34 years old, if that helps you at all. But this is what it's looking like. So I'm going to just put this on, blend it in. It does go on beautifully with a brush. It goes on beautifully with a sponge, whatever you like. I'm just using this little $6 e.l.f. sponge right now. Okay, talking about how much I love the foundation, let's talk about this concealer. Now, this is the TRANSFIX Matte Concealer. I have the shade 7Y. This is a yellow undertone. I definitely don't think this is my perfect shade. It's too light for me, but that's okay. We can make it work. I will say in this video today, nothing is a first impression. I have been testing and trying these things, some of these things for years. This I've been trying for a few weeks. I understand why this one is on sale. I think this is half off. It's like around $15 right now because this is not a good concealer. Again, if you are like 18 or under, you have never missed, an hour of sleep, you have no stress in your life, and you just have perfect skin, great. When this says matte concealer, it is drying. You wouldn't think it's so drying because it's a very thin formula, which normally is like, cool, maybe you won't settle into lines because you're not super thick. But the way this dries, it's so weird. I have tried this with different foundations, different primers, different powders, and it's just odd. Like, look, I just kind of like pressed that in. It looks okay. It looks okay. It will look okay at first. I even feel like before it's set or anything, it just looks kind of weird under here. I don't know. It's very drying. Listen, if you have skin, maybe stay away from this one. It really doesn't have that bad reviews because, listen, I tried it and I was like, am I doing something wrong? The reviews on this aren't terrible, at least on like Sephora and Beautylish and stuff. They're not horrible, but this concealer is definitely gonna add like 5 to 7 years to my under eyes. It's just gonna not be the most flattering, especially when I compare it to other luxury concealers like Pat McGrath that is heads and shoulders above this. Even my NYX, the Born to Glow concealer, so much better than this. This just, it's not the best. And I don't mind a medium coverage concealer. I usually prefer medium buildable concealers, but there's something about this that just kind of settles and dries weird that I do not like. But here it is. Here it is under my eyes. Now, I am going to use a cream blush from Natasha Denona. I have lots of Natasha Denona cream blushes. I have a duo from her. I have some in face palettes, cheek palettes. I have the bronze palette like this. But for today, I wanted to pull out the Love Glow cheek palette. This one's so fun with the packaging and design. And then you open it up and you have a very nice mirror. You have a cream blush, this kind of creamy blush topper. This that is basically like sparkles, which I think is so fun to like top off with. It can be very sparkly if you're looking for something that's like fun on the cheeks. And then this highlighter is very beautiful. But for today, I'm just going to use this cream blush, and I want to put that on before powder. Natasha Denona cream blushes, in my experience, work beautifully under powder or on top of powder. It's just your preference, like how you want to use it. I have used it both ways and I've had beautiful results. But today we're going to layer this underneath my setting powder. Since I have oily skin, I do have to set my face. But I'm going to grab this e.l.f. brush and we're going to go right into Glow Cream Base is what this one is called. And I'm just going to kind of stipple that on the cheeks. I've applied this with my fingers. I've applied this with a brush, with the sponge. It just really works beautifully. And I feel that way about all the cream products I have tried from her. Again, I haven't tried everything. You can definitely check out my Natasha Denona playlist if you're curious, because I do have lots of videos with her products. But I just wanted to do today's video to kind of give you an overview of like what I love from the brand and what you can pass on. And oh, I'm liking that. Isn't that pretty so far? Of course, the foundation, I love, love, love. The cream blushes, I love, love, love. The concealer, no. Now, I don't have a setting powder or a bronzer from Natasha Denona. The bronzers that she does offer, I've never wanted to purchase because it doesn't seem like there's a shade or an undertone that will work for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. I'm going to bronze up, fill in my brows, and then I'll come back and we'll play with some more Natasha products. Okay, so I set my face with my NIKKIA Joy Loose Powder, my DIOR Powder No Powder, and then I used my OFRA Samantha March River Bronzer to bronze up. I have my brows filled in, and of course I will link all that down below. My eyes are primed with my MAC Paint Pot. Natasha Denona does make an eye primer, and I really want to try it. I just haven't tried it yet. I've heard great things about it though from Annette's Makeup Corner, so I'm sorry I do not have Natasha Denona eye primer or eyeliner, but that's okay. We are going to play with some Natasha Denona eyeshadow. I love Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. That is no secret to those of y'all who have been my subscribers. I love her palettes. I feel like her quality is so special. Her cream to powder formulas are so cool because you can use them as a base to layer. You can use them as a regular shadow. They're just very neat and different, and I love that. I love her shimmers. I really love her mattes, and I have a lot of Natasha Denona palettes to choose from, but I really wanted to play with the CIRCO LOCO today. This is a limited edition palette, but as of today, the day that I'm filming this, this is still in stock, so I will link it down below for y'all, but I really want to play with this palette today. I love this palette. I love the chaotic energy that this layout brings. I know I've talked about this one so much. Definitely check out my Natasha Denona playlist if you're curious about her eyeshadow palettes. I do have a ranking video, all of that, but I just, if we're talking about what does Natasha Denona do well, her eyeshadow palettes, like, I love, 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 love. Okay, so what I want to do first is go into this shade right up here. This is the shade Acrobat, and this is one of her cream to powder shadows. So I want to kind of use this as a base today for some of the other shades, but you can see it is pigmented and blendable on its own. I'm going to put this all right here, like in the socket, and then just kind of swirl and blend it out, even up above my crease. Okay, after that, I'm going to grab this little BH brush, and I'm going to go right here to this dark purple. This is called Magic. Something else I like about these Natasha Denona palettes is that they stand up on their own, which can be nice if you don't have a desk mirror or if you're traveling or anything like that. It's just really, really nice packaging. But I'm using this right on top of that Acrobat shade, but keeping it right out here, just blending it. And do you see what I mean as using that kind of for a base? It can just really transform the shadows that you put on top of it. Okay, I'm now going to take this shade right here, and this is a lighter blue type shade, and I'm going to layer that right on top. This is also kind of that creamy texture. Not a cream, definitely a powder, but it's going to look really pretty when we mix these two shades together. So I'm pulling that in, even going as low as the lash line. And you can see how high I'm bringing this shadow because I want it to be like open here. This is a Blend Bunny B5 brush. I like having these small blending brushes, but I'm just going to put that in here, kind of just putting my brush like back and forth, and up and down motions to blend. And then for something a little different, I want to go into this pink shade right here called Cotton Candy. It's a very, very light matte shade. I'm going to brush off any excess. This is a by Beauty Bay brush, and I'm just going to use this to kind of soften everything up. So you can see I'm holding the brush low and just lightly kind of grazing the skin to blend this in. Now, I don't normally like to use my fingers to apply makeup, but today I want to go into this blue shade right here. This one called Electric, and I am just going to pick this up on my finger, not putting anything else down, and I'm going to put this right in the center of the lid and blending it even up a little bit, not super high, but I'm just pressing it in like that. And then I'm going to grab a tiny bit of Snow Cone, this really light icy shade. I am going to spray my brush, whatever kind of makeup mist, setting spray, anything like that that you have in front of you will work. I just want to not get any fallout, or as little fallout as possible. I'm putting that right in here, and I'm going to bring it up into the crease and then lightly flick it into that electric shade. Now for the lower lash line, I'm taking this little Lunar Beauty brush, and I want to go into this shade right here called Razzle Dazzle. And I'm going to put this right under the lower lash line. I just want a pop of this kind of raspberry color, just going back and forth. That shade has a lot of sparkle to it, so I like having it under the lower lash line. I think that looks really cool. But for the inner corner, I want to jump back over to our cheek palette that we used earlier, and I'm actually going to go in with this super sparkly shade right here. I'm going to grab a little rounded brush, and I'm going to pick this shade up, and I am going to spray my brush. Right, I'm going to pop this right on the inner corner, and this is going to kind of bridge the blue to that raspberry shade that we have on the lower lash line. Alright, I'm going to finish up the look with a little bit of eyeliner and some lashes, and then I will come back and we'll do highlight and we'll do lips together. Okay, I love this look. Every time I play with Natasha Denona shadows, I like my look. Ooh, let me fix my little necklace. Now, we have blush, we have bronzer, the face is done, but we need some highlight. Now that is a glowy blush, so I do have some glow, but I need more. I have lots of Denona highlighters, lots of Natasha Denona highlighters, but by far, my favorite highlight ever is this, the Natasha Denona Super Glow. I'm in the shade 01 Fair. It is so incredibly beautiful on the skin, like my favorite. I can't even, y'all are gonna see why. I'm gonna pick this up. And the way Natasha Denona highlighters melt into the skin, there's just something special about it. It's not a highlighter that's gonna sit on top, but it's gonna give that beautiful glow that can be intense. It can be sheared out if you want it to look more like lit from within. And I want to look lit from within, but more like there's a spotlight that's within. That's the lit from within I'm going for. So I'm just going to blend this nose, upper lip, back and forth. I love this. Natasha Denona highlighters, every time she comes out with some type of new cheek product, I'm like, what? Take my money? Okay, I have bought a Natasha Denona lip liner in the past, and the shade was just too light for me. I didn't get enough use out of it, so I actually ended up giving it to my mom. But I do have the I Need a Nude lipstick in the shade Yana. So I have this like kind of like a nudie mid-tone brown. I'm going to put on a lip liner. This is just going to be Melt Cinnamon real quick, and then I'll put that lip color on. So I will say I like this lip color. I think it's pretty. I think she has a nice range of shades. It wears well on my lips. It doesn't feel drying. It doesn't wear away quickly. It will last well. Very beautiful. But if you're looking like what are the top all-star products from Natasha Denona, the foundation, the cheek products, be it blushes, highlighters, face palettes, the eyeshadows, where I think you can save, definitely the concealer I don't like. Like, I feel like it's even looking worse than when like I started putting it on. It's just looking kind of dry under here. Skip that. If you're looking to buy a luxury lip product, I think this is really, really beautiful. I enjoy it. I'm happy to have it in my collection. I reach for it often, but I think that you can get something for less of a price if that's what you're looking for. You can get really nice lipsticks at a more drugstore price point. Of course, you can get a full face of makeup at a drugstore price point. There are so many brands that do so many things, but I have to say I love Natasha Denona, so I thought it would be fun to try on all her products, kind of tell y'all what I thought about them in case you're curious about anything. Thank you so much for watching though. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Is there another brand that you want me to do full face of? Definitely let me know. So far, I know I've done Beauty Bay, Juvia's Place, NYX, Pat McGrath. Let me know what other brands do you want to see, even if they don't make a whole range of products. If I have it, I can film with it. Y'all just let me know what you want to see. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having such a wonderful day today, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye!